everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video today we have 3 simple Dollar Tree Christmas wreaths that we're going to show you. We're participating in Christy Creates, her monthly Chic for Cheap DIY challenge. It's also co-hosted by Kristen Kay. We have her information listed in our description box. If you're new to our channel, Southern G More Gals, subscribe to our channel and let's get started. So for this buffalo plaid wreath, I purchased this wreath from the Dollar Tree. It's a 9-inch wreath and it's a wooden wreath, real similar to a grapevine wreath. I think they do have one size bigger, but they didn't have any of those in the day that I was there. I purchased the buffalo plaid ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just using some floral wire where I tied my ribbon together to attach it to my wreath. And you can go back and put a little glue from a glue gun to secure it a little tighter. And then I'm using, this is the garland. I got a roll of garland from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just snipping this into pieces. And since this is real similar to a grapevine wreath, you can just, it'll slide right into those wooden pieces. And then I'm going to go back after I get my wreath completed and use a little glue from the glue gun just to secure those pieces in place. I purchased the smaller eucalyptus from Walmart, and I think it was about $2 for a bunch. And I was just showing you there how I cut it into little pieces. I used about 6 pieces. I also just slid those into place, and then I'm going to go back and glue those with my hot glue gun. And you want to be sure you get that above the ribbon to add that fullness there on the top of your wreath. I purchased this little floral cluster from the Dollar Tree. It has 3 pine cones on it and 2 little holly berry clusters on it. And I'm going to use all of those pieces on my wreath. I'm clipping all 3 of the pine cones off and then both of the little holly berry clusters, and I'm going to attach those with the glue gun. I just slid those in place. I did use the hot glue gun to attach my pine cones. I put a little holly berry on each side of the ribbon. And then I put 1 pine cone in front of the ribbon there on my bow, and then 1 on the top, right in between the eucalyptus, and then 1 on the right side of my wreath. This looks really sweet. It's a really simple and inexpensive design, and it turned out really cute. So this is my finished wreath number 1. I wanted to show this to you up against a white background here, and then I'm going to show this to you hanging up against a brick background just so you can see it up against a couple different colors. This is great if you have maybe a parent or a grandparent in a nursing home or assisted living facility that doesn't have a large space to hang a really big wreath, or a college student in a dorm, or if you have a small apartment or condo or any kind of little small space that you want to fill and you want to have a little festive design there. This would be great for those spaces. You could also put this if you have a large gift or something and you really wanted to make a statement on top of it. It really turned out cute, and it's inexpensive, really simple, easy design to make. So we're going to move on to wreath number 2. For wreath number 2, I'm using this wooden bamboo wreath from the Dollar Tree. Looks like a grapevine wreath to me. Both of these wreaths say that they're 12 inches, but one of them is much smaller than the other one. So I'm assuming the one on the right is a 9-inch wreath, and it's just tagged wrong. But that is the one that I'm going to use, the one that's much smaller for the joy wreath. I purchased the snowflake from Walmart. It was about $1.97. It has some really cool glitter around the outside edges of the snowflake. And this was not in the holiday decor. These were in the craft section at my store on an end cap. So to attach my snowflake, it already had a piece of twine in it to hang it on. But I used another piece. I used 2 pieces of twine and tied that around the wreath to tie my snowflake on, but it's still a little bit flimsy. So once I get the floral on there, I am going to glue the bottom of it with the glue gun. I purchased the lamb's ear there from Walmart, and I clipped it in half, so I have 4 pieces of the lamb's ear. And then I purchased the eucalyptus there from Walmart, and it was about $3 for that piece, and I cut it in a couple different pieces. And then I purchased the garland from the Dollar Tree, and I spray painted it white, and I just cut it in little pieces. And that's my pattern that I'm going to follow all the way around my wreath. So I continued my pattern all the way around. These bamboo wreaths have twine every so many sections, and that's what I just slid my floral into that. And then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of glue from the glue gun. So I have 4 sections of the lamb's ear, several different pieces of the eucalyptus, and then a couple different pieces, at least 4 pieces of the garland there to go all the way around my wreath. And then I went back right at the bottom of the snowflake, and that's where I used a little bit of glue from the glue gun. I want my snowflake to be more in the center of the wreath, not really hanging down off the bottom of the wreath. So I'm using the word joy. I bought this at the Dollar Tree in a 3-pack. There was believe, joy, and peace. And then I spray painted it white. I used an heirloom white. That's the color of spray paint that I used. And to attach it, I'd use my glue gun. You could use whichever you prefer, or the E6000 glue. I've used that with these words on other designs, and it held it really good in place. But I wanted the joy to cover the hole, so I made sure when I glued it on there that it covered the hole where the twine was at, to cover that up. So, you know, if that's what you want to cover over, just be sure that you get your J there over that hole so you don't see that. And this is my finished design here. I'm going to show it to you up against the white background here, and then we'll show it to you up against the brick background. I think this wreath really has that farmhouse vibe type look to it. So if you're decorating with the farmhouse Christmas theme in your design, I think this wreath really captures that look. It really makes now being up against this brick background, it really makes the joy and the snowflake pop out with those light colors up against the dark background. And this being a 9-inch wreath, it's really a great size for someone that has a small living space or needs to fill in a little small space. I have this is hanging beside my door, so it looks really good for like a welcome sign. If you like something right there beside your door when you go in, instead of something that just says welcome. So this is wreath number 3. Now this is a 12-inch wreath that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. It says it's a bamboo wreath. Looks real similar to a grapevine wreath, but it has that twine that wraps around it. I also got my jingle bells here. They came in a 9-pack. I got these from the Dollar Tree, and all I did was I spray painted. I'm just going to use 6 in this wreath, and all I did there was I spray painted these with an heirloom white. I'm going to show you there. This is the color that I spray painted these, and I got the spray paint from Walmart. And I'm just using twine there that I purchased from the Dollar Tree to attach my jingle bells. And I just kind of randomly went around there and attached these around my wreath. I counted about 5 of those little twines around the wreath, as I tried to space them out about every 5th or every 6th little twine there that wraps around there, to try to get them, you know, somewhat symmetrical or somewhat even around the wreath. Now for the floral, I'm just using the garland from the Dollar Tree. The first piece that I'm putting in is just the plain colored garland. Then the middle piece there I spray painted white. And then the next piece I mixed a yellow and a green paint I had, and just painted the garland with that to give it kind of a bright green or light green look. And all I did was I just slid into the wreath, into those twines to attach my floral design. And then once I got to the bright green, I put a little holly berry at the end. And I really want this to look almost kind of like a pinwheel design, where the branches are kind of flaring out. I didn't want these flat down up against the wreath there, but that's my pattern that I use to go around. Once I slid these into the wreath, though, I'm using a glue gun to attach those, just to secure those into place. So this is my finished 3rd wreath. That's up against the white, and here it is up against the brick background beside the entryway, beside my door. It also looks great here. I'm going to show you at the end of the video inside, up against like a wooden cathedral window, to let you see what it looks like inside. This wreath also has that farmhouse vibe look to it. I love the pinwheel design, and that it has the little jingle from the jingle bells. When you're painting your bells, if you do get the inside glue, the little the ball inside there, you can take a little toothpick or the edge of your paintbrush and stick it inside there to loosen those little jingle bells up. Now this is inside, this at the end of my hallway, and it also looks great inside. So it looks great up against that cathedral window there. I just wanted you to be able to see that this is a design that you could put inside or outside. So these are our 3 Dollar Tree wreaths. They each have their own unique design. They're simple, budget-friendly, easy to make, great to add to your Christmas decor or to give away as gifts. We want to say thank you to Christy Creates and Kristen Kay for allowing us to participate in their DIY challenge today. Check out their information and the others on the playlist that's listed in our description box. Subscribe to our channel, Southern G More Gals. Check out some of our other seasonal DIY videos and let us know which one of the 3 here is your favorite. Leave us a comment and let us know which one you like the best. And thanks again for watching.